Hi cuties, and welcome back, because today we have a very exciting performance I just recently learned about, and thanks to all my Patreons on Discord that brought this performance to my attention. So recently I reacted to Inception by ATEEZ on my Patreon, and during my live reaction to it, people let me know about one particular performance that really excited me, and it's HONGJOONG. I hope that I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and his cover of Numb from Linkin Park. I am in literal heaven. So Linkin Park is one of my all-time most favorite bands. I always really adored Chester, and I thought he's one of the most outstanding singers that been here for a very long time. So when I've heard about this cover, I was immediately hooked up and I immediately wanted to make it happen. Now, if you're interested in everything music and singing related, then this is the right place for you, so please don't forget to subscribe. And the previously mentioned Patreon, if you would like to see my live reaction to ATEEZ Inception, it's gonna be linked down in the description, my Patreon, where you're gonna find it. The huge plus is that you can support the channel along of getting extra reactions every single month. So if you consider it, I will really appreciate it. Please also don't forget about my singing lessons. If you are interested in singing or working with me on your voice, then please head down in the description. There's gonna be linked to my webpage where you should find all the information about my singing lessons. And please don't be scared. We are very inclusive of various genres. Come and join us. And now, without any further ado, HONGJOONG and Numb from Linkin Park. Let's go. Okay, so I personally hope that I know ATEEZ well enough by now to be able to say that this is going to be definitely a very different rendition of Numb. I think it's going to be leaning more into a slightly bit more EDM. They're just going to bring, HONGJOONG is definitely going to bring his own vibe into this song, so it's not going to be a copy. And also that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited, because I know that it's gonna be different, something we will not expect. So let's go. Already a very different take on that kind of chorus in the background.
I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure, walking in your shoes.
So one thing that Chester used to do is that he's been very open type of a singer. Walking in your shoes. That was everything was very open. And what HONGJOONG is actually preferring here is going with a slightly bit more closed. Walking in your shoes, got an undertone. So it's very close. It's almost flexed to create a little bit more tension.
The undertow, just calling the undertow. Calling the undertow, just calling the undertow.
Ooh, well, I like doubling of the voices, one very bass, and then we're getting the atmosphere building by one above it.
I can fit anything. I become so loud, I can see you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this, I want to do. Be more like me and be less like you.
See, so the intro, a little bit of the beginning, was much closed. It's almost like seething through their teeth, so it's very angsty. But right now, in the main kind of chorus, there's no other way to just really open your voice. I become so numb, so it has to be very open. The vowels have to be really nicely shining, nicely open, have enough place. So we abandoned that really closed, kind of clenched feeling, and we're back to very open. It's definitely definitely a different style. I am not very well versed in electronic music, but I would say that it's probably reminding me most of the EDM. And I've always thought that rock music is very interesting when paired with these styles because it's bringing a little bit of a different layer to that kind of a disturbed, a little angsty feeling of that music. So you have either classic rock, but when you get a little bit of electronic in it, it can get a really interesting layer into it. I really like it. They retexted it, okay. I actually appreciate that they changed the lyrics, they retexted it, they put a different kind of a message into it. In this part of the song, it would be actually almost hard to recognize that it's, Numb from Linkin Park, but it feels like a mashup and a good type of a mashup, so I appreciate it. All right. Well, one of the things that why the song is very well suited for him as well is that he has a very clean voice. So it's not too earthy. It's not very warm. It's actually very clean, very metallic, very bright, which is definitely gonna fit to the song like this. It needs that type of attention. It needs that type of hype. It cannot be too husky. It cannot be too rounded. It has to be that piercing, strong sound, which HONGJOONG has, but in a very different way from the original, which he has a little bit more lighter sound and a little bit more backset in the nose, which is creating a little bit different layer to the sound. I still like this. I think it's fitting into this mesh up kind of more electronic version much more. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Very playful. I dislike these effects because every time I'm thinking about my poor people who have issues with a bright flashing light, so I'm sorry for that. That was so heavy filter, such a heavy filter on his voice that it was definitely almost unrecognizable. It's one of the signs of EDM, I'm pretty sure. Well, honestly, I half expected this and half did not expect this. It's definitely more in-depth worked on than I thought. I thought it's going to be just a standard cover, like the singer's going to come, it's going to be in a different kind of a genre feeling, but it's going to be like, but this is a whole new rendition / almost mesh up of this song, and I'm really surprised. Okay, that was haunting. I like the kind of flipping into that head voice. It's really nice, really interesting. Just one thing, HONGJOONG, you need to open your mouth more. And now, not in a dirty type of way. Not whoever you think, whatever you think, no. With the singing, it's incredibly important to pronounce a little bit more than we usually do in a typical speech, and to open more our jaw to let the sound actually escape. And I thought at the beginning it was a little bit of a stylistic choice that he was keeping it very kind of stuck. Okay, I was like, okay, it's a little bit angsty, but here I would definitely open slightly bit more because his voice is gorgeous. It's very beautiful. I think it's fitting there very well. I'm just like, a little more, come on. I was genuinely expecting like a beat drop and like one more time, one more round of the chorus. But yeah, I just had to double check if there is no one more chorus. All right, well, let's talk about this. I think this rendition, or I know I'm keeping calling it mashup, and a mashup has to be between like at least 2 songs, but it still feels like that to me. For some reason, it does feel like there are a couple of different songs mashed into kind of the main storyline of the original song, which I actually prefer. I think it's his way of completely adapting that song and making it his own. Again, covering Linkin Park is not an easy thing to do. Everybody's going to be extremely critical of it, and I think he's done a very good job with it. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, there's a lot of you know, filter on his voice and a lot of effects, which again, I don't mind. The effects are there for a reason. Our human voice is just capable of certain stuff, and if we would completely ban any effects on our voice, we could like literally write off half of the genres, like half of them, because they are heavily leaning into special effects on the voice. Not special effects, we're not in the movies, goddammit. The effects on the voice, and I actually enjoyed them. The effects were actually helping him to lean more into a different genre than he chose with this song. And I am a huge fan of redoing the songs in a completely different vibes and genres, and just see what else can that song do. Because if you let the song work and let the song further represent itself, it can create something that you've probably never expected from it. And he matched the vibe. He has a very bright metallic voice that is very clean. He has a voice that really matches his personality, and I think it was perfect in this style. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wish there was maybe a little bit more of the natural, even though again I understand that this was a very stylized type of cover, but I still hope that one day I'm gonna get to listen to HONGJOONG a little bit more with his natural voice. If you have more of those type of performances, just send them my way, and we're gonna hope that HONGJOONG is gonna open his mouth a little bit more next time, because HONGJOONG, let that voice escape, let it go, let it come to us. Let it come to us. So if you have more performances that you would like me to react to, please let me know down in the comments. If you have performances that you want me to react to like ASAP, like you need to secure it, then check out my Patreon, redeem them there. I would be very excited to. And also, if you're gonna subscribe to my Patreon, you're also gonna immediately get my live reaction to Inception by ATEEZ. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe right here. Here's the video that YouTube actually recommends for you, and here is the rest of my Korean reactions. So please stay safe and healthy. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.